Welcome to the LMD Podiatry Podcast. Trust us to get back on your feet. Here's your host, Dr. Lauren DeBaccaroff.
Hello, everyone, to episode number 5 of the LMD Podiatry Podcast. Your co-host, Jeremy Wolf. I'm joined by your host, Dr. Lauren DeBaccaroff. Dr. Lauren, fancy meeting you again here so soon.
Oh, yeah. I'm here.
So we were just talking a little bit about orthotics, and I thought, I'm on the other side of 40 now. I'm getting older. I'm not quite that old yet, but time flies and I'm getting there. So can you share with listeners a little bit about what to expect, kind of age-related changes in the feet as we get older? What are some things to look out for, and some things to keep on your mind to make sure that you have optimal foot health moving into your later years in life?
Later years in life. It's like you didn't even hit 50 yet, and you're already like freaking.
Well, no, I mean, I'm looking towards the future here. Come on.
This generation is very scared of aging. It's very interesting to see. Actually, it's all across the board. I see like 35-year-olds getting Botox injections and things like that. But for the foot, it's a whole nother ballgame. So just to give you an idea, you walk every day. You put thousands and thousands of miles on your feet a year, whether you're active or not. You're going to the grocery store, you're going to the mall, you're walking through security to get on a plane and walking all around Italy. Everybody's living life. And so are your feet. Okay? So what happens to the foot as you age, the number one thing that is seen is fat pad atrophy.
Fat pad atrophy, you said?
Yeah.
Okay.
So fat pad atrophy, it basically means that the fat pad on the bottom of your foot, you have like a really big fat pad, and then you have a little one on the tip of each toe. And what that fat pad does is, when you're young, it's very nice and plump, and then it's held together. But the fat is held together by collagen, and then as you age, the collagen is not as elastic anymore. Like, we get wrinkles and things like that. So the same thing kind of happens to your foot. And it almost feels like you're walking on your joints, on your bone as you get older. So the best way to kind of maintain, that's going to happen anyway. But the best way to, maintain a nice, healthy, good foot, wearing proper shoes, keeping your feet moisturized. That's very important. That's something that people neglect a lot. Like, it's Florida. We all wear sandals. Our feet get dry. And if you want to kind of maintain the integrity of your skin, and you want to make sure that everything is nice and supple and soft, the best thing to do is to moisturize every day. Don't use the lotion. Use a cream. There's prescription cream. There's over-the-counter cream. Basically, if you nourish the skin, it helps a lot with preventing cracks and fissures and things like that, which can cause infection. And then wearing proper shoes helps the integrity of the fat pad as well. I'm very against barefoot walking in general.
I was going to ask you about that because I've heard many things talking about how that's good for your feet to some degree, to get out there and not always.
Good. Barefoot walking is great, like at the beach,
just not on like pavement or hot coals.
It helps you. Yes, exactly. It helps. So walking barefoot, obviously if you're not extremely obese, that's another story for another day. But a normal, young, healthy adult, the best thing, the only time you should walk barefoot is walking around the beach in the sand, because what that does is it helps you use all the muscles inside your foot that don't get used when you wear a shoe.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But a lot of people love walking barefoot on their very hard tile and wood floor at home, So that's where it's not that it's extremely bad for you. It's just that it dries your feet more. It actually, the tile is so hard that it injures your foot. You know, your foot craves support, and you don't get that from a hard tile floor. So that's my 2 cents. There are other podiatrists that would, argue with me, but in general, if you really want to maintain your foot and take care of it so you're ripe and old, you gotta exercise, wear the right shoes. If you get injured, rest it. Okay, don't keep playing, don't keep running. I feel like that's where all the problems happen. And then just keeping your feet moisturized and get a foot massage. Helping relax those muscles and strengthen them at the same time really helps maintain your foot.
Yeah, sign me up for that foot massage for sure. So you mentioned earlier, you said don't use lotion.
Use cream.
Cream. Why wouldn't you want to use lotion?
Lotions are actually made with alcohol, so they dry up faster. And the skin of the bottom of the foot is extremely thick, so it doesn't really, so it doesn't really do much.
Got it.
And if you have calluses, use a pumice stone, trim them, get a pedicure, come and see me. Put creams on. You got to take care of that, because if you let it go, they're just going to get worse, and they're going to get more painful. And really, if you do have calluses, the best way to prevent them from coming on so frequently is a custom orthotic to redistribute the pressure.
Yeah, and I got to say this because this is a common theme with across the board in every industry and in life, or every medical profession. What it all comes down to, if you want to be more active later on in life, have less pain, have less problems, take care of yourself, right? Don't wait until you're 60 to start. Don't wait until you're like my father, who's 77, 78 years old, and he hasn't done a day of exercise in his life, and every time he moves, it hurts. Right.
Exactly.
So start a regimen of exercise, eat well, all this stuff. We talk about this ad nauseum. It's just so important, but people get caught up in their lives, and we live in this, I always say instant gratification, quick fix society, and people put these things off until it's too late. So let's raise awareness. Everybody take care of yourself. Thanks for your insights, of course. Very, very useful. And to our listeners, thanks for tuning in for another episode, and we will catch you next time. Everyone have a wonderful day and take care.
Thank you for listening to the LMD Podiatry Podcast. For more information, visit lmdpodiatry.com. That's lmdpodiatry.com. Or call 954-680-7133.